Cliff House, North Pole, Christmas, 1938. My dear Priscilla and all others at your house. Here we are again. Bless me. I believe I said that before, but after all, you don't want Christmas to be different each year, do you? I am frightfully sorry that I haven't had the time to draw any big pictures this year, and Ilbreth, my secretary, has not done one either. But we are all sending you some rhymes instead. Some of my other children seem to like rhymes, so perhaps you will. We have all been very sorry to hear about Christopher. I hope he is better and will have a jolly Christmas. I only heard lately when my messengers and letter collectors came back from Oxford. Tell him to cheer up, and although he is now growing up and leaving stockings behind, I shall bring a few things along this year. Among them is a small astronomy book which gives a few hints on the use of telescopes. Thank you for telling me he had got one. Dear me, my hand is shaky. I hope you can read some of this. I loved your long letter with all the amusing pictures. Give my love to your Bingos and all the other 60 or more, especially Raggles and Predley and Tinker and Taylor and Jubilee and Snowball. I hope you will go on writing to me for a long while yet. Very much love to you and lots for Chris. From Father Christmas. Again, this year, my dear Priscilla, when you're asleep upon your pillow. Bad rhyme. That's beating you. Beside your bed, old Father Christmas. The English language has no rhyme to Father Christmas. That's why I'm not very good at making verses. But what I find a good deal worse is that girls' and boys' names won't rhyme either. And bother. Either won't rhyme neither. So please forgive me, dear Priscilla, if I pretend you rhyme with pillow. She won't. As I was saying, beside your bed, old Father Christmas, afraid that any creak or hiss must. How's that? Out. Wake you up, will in a twinkling, fill up your stocking. I've an inkling that it belongs in fact to Potter. But never mind. At 12 or later he will arrive, and hopes once more that he is chosen from his store. I did it. The things you want. You're 9:30. She is 9 o'clock. But still, I hope you'll drop a line. For some years yet, and won't forget old Father Christmas and his pet, the North Polar Bear, and polar cubs, as fat as little butter tubs, and snow boys and elves, in fact the whole of my household up near the pole. Upon my list made in December, your number is, if you remember, 56,785. It can't be wondered. Weak. At that I am so busy, when you think that you are nearly 10, and in that time my list has grown by quite 10,000 girls alone, even when I subtracted all the houses where I can no longer call. You all will wonder what's the news, if all has gone well, if that's not, who's to blame, and whether Polar Bear has earned a mark, good, bad, or fair, for his behavior since last winter. Well, first he trod upon a splinter. Just rhyme and nonsense. It was a nail, rusty too, and went on crutches in November. And then one cold day in December he burnt his nose and singed his paws upon the kitchen grate, because without the help of tongs he tried to roast hot chestnuts. Wow, he cried, I never did, and used a pound of butter, best, to cure the burns. He would not rest. I was not given a chance. But on the 23rd he went and climbed up on the roof. He meant to clear the snow. It choked the chimney up. Of course, he poked his legs right through the tiles and snow, and tons fell on his bed below. He has broken saucers, cups, and plates, and eaten lots of chocolates. He has dropped large boxes on my toes and trodden tin soldiers flat in rows. You need not believe all this. You need. He's overwound engines and broken springs, and mixed up different children's things. He's thumbed new books and burst balloons, and scribbled lots of smudgy runes on my best paper, and wiped his feet on scarfs and hankies folded neat, and yet he has been on the whole a very kind and willing soul. He's fetched and carried, counted, packed, and for a week he has never slacked. Here, here, I wish she wouldn't scribble on my nice rhyme. He's climbed the cellar stairs at least 5,000 times, the dear old beast. Paxu sends love, and Valtuka. They are still with me, and they don't look a year older. But they're just a bit more wise, and they have a pinch more wit. The goblins, you'll be glad to hear, have not been seen at all this year. Not near the pole, but I am told they're moving south and getting bold, and coming back to many lands and making with their wicked hands new mines and caves. But do not fear, they'll hide away when I appear. Christmas Day. Now Christmas Day has come round again, and poor North Polar Bear has got a bad pain. They say he swallowed a couple of pounds of nuts without cracking the shells. It sounds a polarish sort of thing to do, but that isn't all. Between me and you, he's eaten a ton of various goods, and recklessly mixed all of his favorite foods, honey with ham, and turkey with pickles and milk. I think that a week he'll need to put the old bear on his feet. And I mustn't forget his particular treat, plum pudding with sausage and Turkish delight, covered with cream and devoured at a bit. And after this dish he stood on his head. It's rather a wonder the poor fellow's not dead. Absolute rot! I have not got a pain in my pot, rude fellow. I do not eat turkey or meat, I stick to the sweet, which is why, as all know, I am so sweet myself, Euthenius elf. Goodbye. He means Thaddeus. No, I don't. You're not fat, but thin and silly. You know my friends too well to think, although they're rather rude with ink, that there are really quarrels here. We've had a very jolly year. Except for Polar Bear's rusty nail. But now this rhyme must catch the mail. A special messenger must go, in spite of thickly fallen snow, or else this won't get down to you on Christmas Day. It's 2:30. We've quite a ton of crackers still to pull, and glasses still to fill. Our love to you on this Noel. Until the next one, fare you well. Father Christmas, Polar Bear, Ilbreth, Paxu, and Valtuka. My dear P, this is the last Beatrix Potter painting book I have got. I don't believe they are making any more. I am sending it to you with love. F.C. Boxing Day, 1938, on the Feast of Stephen. I have just found it. My letter never sent off. Most annoying. Very sorry. But perhaps something after Christmas will be rather nice. Not my fault, PB, nor mine. Ilbreth. F.C. left them on his desk, covered with wrapping paper.